Dear students, hello! As I promised you, today we are continuing the speech about strategies. So now I'm going to deliver the second part of the lecture. Okay. So yesterday we stopped at these very positions. So there are four main strategy in the matrix, and there is the fifth strategy of being best cost provider. And in this lecture I will explain you the main situation when the strategy is going to be used, and also we will speak about positive and negative characteristics of every strategy. So here is the definition. I just want to add a very important idea. Actually, the titles of the strategy were taken from Thompson and Strickland Strategic Management, and generally students feel some inconvenience regarding the title of the first and fourth strategy. Why? Because actually, when we are speaking, when we are naming the strategy as low cost leadership strategy, it can mean that when we are thinking about the differentiation strategy, we are not thinking about the costs. It's completely wrong. But when we are thinking about low-cost leadership strategy, we are trying to set our price on the lowest level. Can we say that any company which is using the differentiation strategy doesn't think about the costs? No, it's completely wrong. Can we say that, for example, okay, if speaking about cars, can we say that Mercedes company from Germany doesn't think about costs? No, it's wrong. Can we say, but they are producing quality cars, so they are definitely using the strategy of differentiation. But you know, nowadays all companies are concentrated at the costs. Yes, you can say that there are some exceptions, and the exceptions mostly connected with luxury products. They are not concentrated on costs. However, the number of these companies less than 1%. So let's say that more than 99% of companies are thinking about costs. However, not all the companies try to set the cheapest price. So actually, this title, I told you that this title was taken from Thompson and Strickland, and this is the best book, I think, in the field of strategic management. But I will entitle this strategy maybe not only low cost leadership, but also low price leadership strategy, not to make this mistake. It's like a small help for you. Okay, so let's discuss all the strategies. The first is low-cost provider strategies, where we can use this strategy. In which situation we can use this strategy when there are a lot of buyers which are sensitive, price sensitive. So, in other words, there are a lot of customers who are thinking only about, okay, not maybe only, but mostly about the price. Actually, there are two ways how to cut the price. The first way is to do the same operations with bigger performance. So we can use, I don't know, business process management, approaches of business process management. We can use the better approaches in management, some systems, some informational systems, new equipment, but the general technology is the same. And the second way to use this strategy is to just to delete some operations from the chain of creating value. Okay, if speaking about the example, let's speak about cognac. To produce a good cognac, we have to take a very qualitative spiritus produced from grape, only from grape, and then we have to put these spiritus to the oak barrels, and we have to keep it in oak barrels for a long period of time. The more period of time, the better is the taste of cognac. And actually, the barrels also should be rather qualitative. The oak trees should be rather old to produce these magic taste and smell to the cognac. However, this technology is rather expensive because, it's rather expensive to produce barrels for in so big quantity. Thereafter, there are a lot of ways how to delete this business process from general chain. The first level is just to use these barrels again and again. Actually, the smell and the taste will be not so good. However, we can use the barrels again and again. And then, the second step of cutting the price, we can just put some pieces of oak into the spiritus, and actually we have to keep these pieces of oak in it for a long period of time, and then it is possible to filter this liquid. Yes, this we will lose some taste and smell when filtering, but actually it is possible. And the last step, we can just take pure liquid without oil, and we can just add some flavoring, some coloring, and that's all. This is the way how we can produce very cheap products. There is no magic. We are just producing not so qualitative product. When we can use these strategy, I mean low price or low cost strategy, when the price competition is very hard, and when it is when the product in the market is essentially standardized. It means that the product is almost similar, or there are not a lot types of the product. And where it is possible? It is possible when there are just a few ways to achieve differentiation, because we have standards, so we cannot add any characteristics to the product. Yes, we can pack it somehow, for example, but usually these characteristics is not very important for the customer. And where it is possible? It is possible the fourth when everybody uses the product in the same way. And actually, the fifth, all these four characteristics are logically interrelated and interconnected, and we can say that actually it is like one characteristics, but the second one is that the second situation when the cost of switching from one producer to another producer is very low. So our customers do not have to pay additional money to switch from our company to another company, or from another company to our company, let's say like this. The second type of a strategy is a differentiation strategy. It means that we are trying to persuade the customer that we are saying, okay, our product maybe is not the cheapest, but the satisfaction of your need will be at the highest level. So you will be completely satisfied. We will deliver you the biggest value for your money. Actually, this strategy uses all this strategy. Let's company first of all to set a premium price, because we can say, okay, our product is more expensive because of. Usually it increases unit sales because people are thinking about this product as about something good. And also it is also the way of gaining buyer loyalty. Why this strategy, is very attractive? Because it erects barriers in the way of customer loyalty, so it decreases the power of buyers, because buyers cannot switch from one product to another product. And also this strategy helps to protect our product from attacks from substitute products. Actually, you can see that these uses of this strategy protect our company from other forces from Five Forces model by Michael Porter. When this strategy is good, when there are a lot of ways to differentiate the product, then the buyer's needs are too different, and we can provide the special proposition for everybody. When just a few companies uses differentiation, and when the technological change is rather fast, so we can add some new characteristics to the product. Okay, the good example, I mean, when speaking about the fourth point, is mobile telephones. I remember my first, it is maybe a little bit strange for young students, but there are a lot of students of my age, so you remember the time when all mobile telephones were without photo camera. Then, as far as I remember, first was the Siemens company. They added just the module of photo cameras to, as far as I remember, S55, and then Nokia began to include photo cameras to telephones. Okay, and even speaking about the modern situation, we can say that also there are a lot of different technologies. For example, NFC technology, so it's rather convenient to pay just by your handy, that's all. So we have to say that, okay, our product is the better compared with rivals, because we have some additional characteristics, and these characteristics can be got only through technologies. I mean, in the fourth situation, you have to keep in mind that when we are using the advertising in differentiation strategy will be more expensive, because when we are advertising just price leadership, we can say, okay, our product is the cheapest, that's all. This is the message. And when we are advertising the differentiation strategy, we have to do two things. First of all, we have to inform customer about the characteristics, and second, we have to persuade that this characteristic is important to customer. Thereafter, the length of the message will be bigger, so the advertising will be more expensive. So when you are, so it's completely the truth that then you are buying the product of the company which uses the differentiation strategy, you are buying not only for the quality, but also you are paying also for advertising. Not only, but in addition. What can be the problems connected with differentiation strategy? First of all, it is over differentiating. It means that the line of the products is too big, and actually, you know that to produce different subtypes, let's say, not maybe types, but subtypes of the same product is more expensive compared with the situation when we are producing just the same products. Okay, then Okay, and actually the situation was, as the example, we can use the Model T of Henry Ford. It was produced just in one type, and it lets Henry Ford to decrease the costs from 2000 to approximately 270, something like that. When we are differentiating, when we are using the strategy, we are also increasing the costs. Okay, and then it's not a good idea to set a very big price because sometimes customers can think, okay, yes, maybe your product is good, but not so good as it is expensive. So I'd better to buy. I'd better buy the cheaper product. And the third, very important, not understanding or identifying what buyers consider as value. Actually, to show you with the example the third point, I decided to put this teapot. Maybe you remember when it was the situation about 20 years ago, so young students definitely do not remember these situation. However, the older maybe students really remember that in subway in Kharkiv we saw this advertising of teapot, electric teapot, and the main message was that about these blue light. Actually, as for me, this blue light is not important. So when I'm buying the electric teapot, what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking that it should be from the metal, or from if it is made from plastic, so it shouldn't be any smell and taste, plastic taste in the water. Then it should be rather powerful to boil the water within short period of time. Then maybe it is a good idea to have some ring when the water is boiled, because you know, when in the morning we are preparing some tea for ourselves, so usual situation, okay, maybe it's not the usual situation for me, that I'm putting my electric teapot on, and I'm going to to do some other morning businesses. And when I hear zing zing, so it is the time to prepare my tea. But to advertise an electric teapot just with the help of these characteristics, that there is a lamp and this is blue and you will see these boiling bubbles and blah blah blah, so as for me it is nonsense, completely nonsense. So I think that this advertising campaign was failed. However, dear students, you can listen to this record again, and please pay attention that I said I think. Maybe for somebody it is really valuable, these characteristics. As for me, I told you, sorry, what characteristics are important personally for me. The best cost provider means that we are trying to mix these two strategies. Uh, from the first point of view, it looks impossible, however, it can be. In this situation, we are trying to provide the best value, but for the given level of the price. There are a lot of possible there are a lot of possible examples, IKEA, Korean cars, etc. and etc. So it means, so if you have $10,000, for example, what car should be bought? In which situation you will have the best value for your money? If you buy the car produced by the best cost provider company. Sometimes company wishes to concentrate not at all market, but at some part of the market. We can take this part by geographic uniqueness, just one region, by some specialized requirements. For example, I don't know, if speaking about the sugar, it can be some sugar for rather expensive coffees to increase the taste of coffee. So it can be used some special sugar maybe by special product attributes and etc. etc. So generally it is the piece of marketing. How can we divide market into pieces? When it is a good idea to use this strategy, this strategy, I'd like to come back to these metrics. You know that we are thinking about the strategy, but the strategy should be based on lower cost leadership or on differentiation strategy. But in this case, we are just trying to satisfy not all the market, but we are trying to satisfy some part of the market. When the strategy is attractive enough, then the part of the market is big enough, because we need profit. Yes. Okay. Then when the part of the market has a good growth potential, then it is a good idea to specialize at the part of the market which is not the target for big companies, and certainly we must have capabilities to satisfy the needs of the customers of this very market. When the strategy works best. Actually, when it is difficult for other companies to specialize at the given niche, okay, I should begin with the third, because this is, I think, the most important. When we do not have resources to produce products to all parts of the market. In this case, we have to specialize at some part of the market. So it's rather easy. But also maybe we have some special offer for the customers. But also this strategy has some problems, and mostly the problems connected with the following: that competitors will also prepare the proposition for our niche. Then maybe the needs of the customers can be satisfied by a standard product, not specially prepared for the need, and also maybe the part of the market becomes too attractive, and many companies wishes to enter the market. And I'm repeating the task. Your task is to explain what type of strategy should be used for your company. You have to take one from these 5 types, and you have to explain why. Usually the explanation is about half of a page, not more. It's completely enough. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. See you. Bye bye.